Welcome back to another CAD/CAM tutorial. In this video, we are going to create a connecting rod with SolidWorks. So we have a drawing for the connecting rod with all these dimensions. All the dimensions here are in millimeters. And initially, we are going to create these two bodies of the connecting rod as one, just as you can see in this drawing. And after creating them as one body, we split them at this particular point and then move the cap to this side. So this is a very simple tutorial. Before we get into it, make sure you like the video, subscribe, and turn on post notification so you don't miss any video that I upload. And also share this video to your friends as well. Make sure you follow along and model with me as we go through this connecting rod. And without further ado, let's start. So I'm going to start in the SolidWorks window. And the first thing, I'll create a new file. And this should take us to the SolidWorks 3D modeling workspace. We have the features and the sketch tabs that you can use a lot of commands to create the connecting rod. You have to take note that this is the exact point that you are going to split the connecting rod. So you make sure that there is a plane at this point here so that splitting will be very easier, and then moving this cap will also be a lot simpler. So we're going to start by creating a sketch of this top plane here. Make sure the two circles here lie on the origin, which will be here, so that the right plane will be the plane that we use to do the splitting and the movement. So draw two circles. And then the outer diameter is 63. The inner diameter is 48. The second set of circles will be somewhere here, and the distance between the two centers here is 160 degrees. So what we'll do is I'll create a horizontal line for construction, and then the length of the line will be the 160, so that this point here will be the center of the second set of circles of diameters 42 and 20. And then we use an inclined line to connect this point and then this point. We make sure there is a tangent relation on this circle and this line here, but for here there will be no tangent relation, and the distance from the end point to the second end point here is 60 millimeters. So this is a tangent relation. If there is no tangent relation here, just hold down the shift key, click on the circle and this line, and then make tangent. Then from this end point to this line, since this is a center line, move your cursor outside, and this will be 60 millimeters. And then you're going to mirror this onto the other side. So hold down the shift key, click on this line, and then in the center line here, mirror entities. When you click on the mirror entities, the line will be mirrored onto the other side. So come to features and then extruded boss base. First we extrude this middle body here by a distance of 18 millimeters, and we make sure that it is symmetric about the mid plane. Selected contours, click on these two areas, mid plane and then 18 millimeters. Okay. Now drop this arrow down, click on the sketch, again extruded boss base, these two cylinders have a height of 25 millimeters for both of them, so you're going to extrude them at the same time. So 25 mid plane, and then click on this area and delete, and then this area, merge results so that they all form one body. Okay, next up, we create this cut here. So extruded cuts on this face. I'm going to have this line here, dimension it, and then mirror onto the other side. Make sure the line is parallel with this line. So hold down the shift key, click on these two lines, make parallel. And then the distance between them is 3.5. Now we need a center line. So for construction, from this center to this center here, hold down the shift key, click on this line and this center, mirror entities. You can see the line here. Then we need an arc to close out the shape. One here and then the other here. Make sure there are tangent relations on these points. So just click on the point tangent, tangent. And then the thickness between the edges of the arc is 5 millimeters both. So in order to dimension the edges of the arcs, you just have to hold down the shift key before clicking on the arcs with the smart dimension. Then we do same for this as well. And you can see the sketch is fully defined. So exit. Then you have to calculate the distance of cut. Since the full height here is 18 millimeters, and then the thickness between these two cuts is 3.5. 18 minus 3.5 will be 14.5. 14.5 will be the total height of the two cuts. So divide by 2, 7.25 for each cut. Okay. And then you have to mirror this cut onto the other side. So just click on the cut extrude. In order to select the plane, hold down the control key and then click on the top plane, which will be the plane we are going to use to mirror. Now under features, just click on the mirror. Okay, so you can see the cut has been mirrored. Move on to the two cylinders over here. You're going to make the sketch on this particular plane and then extrude in one direction and the second direction. So create a sketch on the right plane. First, we need a vertical center line because you're going to draw this cylinder and a mirror onto the other side, and a horizontal one. Now the distance between the two centers is 76. So from this point to the center line here, when you move your cursor outside, the full length is 76. So we need an outer circle and an inner circle. The diameter of the outer circle is 22 and the inner is 10. Then hold down the shift key, click on the two circles, and then this center line, mirror entities. Now extruded boss base, we are going to use the two directions of extrude. So the first direction, a distance of 25, and the second, a distance of 50 minus 25, which will still be 25. So blind, direction 125, and you check this direction 2, also blind of distance 25. Merge results and okay. Now we can see there is a cut here. So this cut is just an extension of the outer circles. Since this particular block is slanted, this is the shape it's going to make before they stop touching. So create a sketch on this face. Okay, so we need the outer circles. You make sure that the circles have the same radius as this outer circle. So hold down the shift key, click on the two circles, and then click on this arc, make equal. Now extruded cuts, direction 1 blind, and just reverse the direction. Pull this up to any limits you want, but make sure it exceeds this. Okay. Since this face is slanted, this is what you are going to get on both sides. So this is basically the connecting rod, and the next thing you're going to do is to create this plate and then move this cap to this side. So to create this plate, we're going to use the right plane. So click on it and then show so that it can be visible. Feature we are going to use to do the split will be in the direct editing tab. You can see this split here. If this tab is not showing, just come to this ribbon here, right click, come to tabs, and then we have a lot of tabs that we can use. This is direct editing. Check it and go to split. The trim tool will be this right plane, cut part. Now for the parts that we want, just check the two parts and okay. So now we have two different solid bodies, split 1 and split 2. Now right click on this right plane, hide it, and then remove this. So to move it, we use the move or copy bodies, still in the direct editing tab. So move or copy bodies to move or copy, click on this, and you can see here there is an arrow here. If this constraint menu is showing, just come down here and then click on translate or rotate, and we have this coordinate system that we can use these arrows to move the parts. So click on this X or any direction you want to move and then move it here. Okay. So this is how to create a connecting rod, split it, and move the cap in any direction that we want. So yeah, that is the end of this tutorial. I hope this video helped you out. If it did, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and share this video to your friends so they can also watch it. And I'll see you in the next tutorial. Safe.